morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Joined on set by Ambassador Comissiong. Good morning. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Tisha. It's a pleasure to be here.
Certainly hope you had a great weekend.
A busy,
That's a maybe.
a working one.
Always a working weekend, but that's okay. All right, so today we want to take a look at what's happening. We saw reported in the last few days that the Presidential Transitional Council is now in place. The former president has officially stepped back. The new president has been installed, so it certainly feels like things are moving.
No, the former Prime Minister has resigned.
Okay.
One of his ministers, his finance minister, is now acting Prime Minister, but that is only until the new Presidential Transitional Council that was installed last week, Thursday. That is only until they select a new Prime Minister, then that acting Prime Minister will go.
Okay.
And because the Presidential Transitional Council has assumed all of the powers of the presidency of Haiti, and one of those powers, under their system, the president selects the Prime Minister. So this new Presidential Transitional Council, not only will they select a new Prime Minister, acting Prime Minister, but also a Council of Ministers, a National Electoral Council to start making preparations for elections next year, and very importantly, a National Security Council to deal with the tremendous security crisis that the country is in. So things are happening.
For people who don't know as yet, talk to us about the Presidential Council and how they will function and how they're made up.
Well, it's a 9-member council, and these 9 members represent various sectors of the Haitian society and various organizations or coalitions of organizations. So it's something very historic, and a tremendous tribute to CARICOM, because this has been CARICOM's contribution to bring all of these contending organizations and sectors together and to say to them, look, your country is in serious existential crisis. Make the compromises to establish national unity administration. So that is what this Presidential Transitional Council represents, a national unity administration. I'll just go through so there are 9 members, 7 of them are voting members, 2 are non-voting members. So I'll just go through it very quickly, give you an idea of the quality of the persons involved. The voting members are former Central Bank Governor Fritz Alphonse Jean, former Ambassador to the Dominican Republic, Smith Augustine, Barrister Emmanuel Vertelaire, former Senate President Edgar LeBlanc, ex-Senator Louis Gerald Gilles, businessman Laurent Saint-Cyr, and Leslie Voltaire, a former diplomat. The non-voting members are evangelical pastor Fresnel Joseph and Regine Abraham, who once worked for the World Bank and the country's Environment Ministry. So the organizations and sectors have chose really very experienced and accomplished persons, and it is our hope that they would have sufficiently put aside their sectoral interests and will now work in the national interests. But of course, they're going to need a lot of help because Haiti is in a very serious situation. The people are really suffering, and there are going to be multiple demands on this new national unity government to deliver.
Well, the thing about it, for many people across the region, they have to depend on what's being shared through press from other parts of the world on what's happening. And what was heavily focused on, based on what I saw over the weekend, the international press reported that there was much fighting and so on outside of the installation of the new presidential council. Can you report on any of that? Because the international press were seemingly saying that those people on the ground weren't in agreement.
Well, the people on the ground not in agreement are the gangs. So you have these criminal gangs who some of which in recent times have come together in a coalition. And I think a number of these gang leaders are beginning to sense that the writing is on the wall. They've had their way for a few years now because of the lack of any real authority, any real state in Haiti, and they've taken advantage of that. So some of them have been trying to make a play to get themselves involved in this political transition process. But the patriotic Haitian organizations have said, no, we do not intend to legitimize any criminal gangs because that will lead to long-term disaster for our country. So a number of the gangs are trying to derail this process, this new political process, to save Haiti. And it has been reported that they have taken control of much of Port-au-Prince, the capital city. And for some weeks now, they've been trying to capture the National Palace, which is actually where the Presidential Council was installed. The National Palace is symbolically very important in Haiti. It's like seen as the seat, the towering symbol of state power. So the gangs have been trying to capture it. They have not been able to capture it because, of course, it has been defended by the Haitian National Police. And so the gangs that want to derail this process were threatening violence if this presidential council is installed, and they did attempt some violence, but they were not able to prevail. So I was in Geneva last week where I had a chance to actually meet with a number of Haitian activists, some of whom live in Port-au-Prince and had actually made the journey from Port-au-Prince to Geneva to participate in the UN Permanent Forum on People of African Descent. And what was explained to me is that this figure that the international media keeps repeating, that the gangs control 80% of Port-au-Prince, what was said to me is that that is not totally accurate, that the gangs try to give that impression. So the gangs have certain core areas in the city of Port-au-Prince, and what was said to me is that often they go out from these core areas, do some destructive work, go into a community, burn down some houses, whatever, but they can't control that territory. They then have to retreat back to their core areas. So the figure of 80%, that they control 80% of Port-au-Prince, is somewhat misleading, but I don't want to minimize their presence and their destructiveness. So yes, I mean, they are the biggest threat to everything that is being attempted now to put Haiti back on a proper path. And the biggest challenge for this new National Unity Administration will be how to get control over those gangs. Because if those gangs have their way, this whole process will be sidelined, and the gangs, will take control of Haiti, and that's a nightmare scenario that no right-thinking person should want to see.
As far as what's going on with CARICOM, I know initially we had those eminent persons who went in as a part of the planning of all of this, of sorts. So what's happening within CARICOM, the leadership of CARICOM, even as all of this is happening?
Well, CARICOM has to stay the course, We need I think we need to make clear to the international community that it's not a situation of Haiti here and CARICOM over there, because a lot of the international news stories don't make the connection between that Haiti is a member of CARICOM. So when they talk, we are not foreigners to Haiti. We are all Caribbean brothers and sisters. Haiti is a very important CARICOM member state because Haiti represents 11 million of the 18 million population of CARICOM. And historically, I mean, that Haitian revolution, that that tremendous war that the black people of Haiti fought over 13 years to destroy slavery is at the very core of our Caribbean civilization. So Haiti is very, very important to us. And if we can only get Haiti right, Haiti will be the key to the future development of the Caribbean community, because if we can deploy that Haitian people resource, those 11 million people, to really help us to develop Belize and Guyana and Suriname and the islands, that's the key. That's the future key to the development of our region. So CARICOM has to stay the course with its member state. In fact, this whole process, it was CARICOM that said, look, the only solution to the crisis in Haiti has to start with a political solution. That is, bringing together the society in a national unity administration. If you don't do that, then nothing else can happen. So that's the core of it. And we invested in that group of eminent persons who went into Haiti, who brought everybody to the table, and that is why we are where we are today. So the group of eminent persons is not going to go away. Its job is not finished. It has to keep engaged with the process. In fact, there are some of us who think that that process, we may even need to institutionalize that process so that we have a CARICOM entity that continues to focus on Haiti going forward. So, so over the last 2 months or so, CARICOM has been very, very engaged, the group of eminent persons, but also the prime ministers. And I want to give tremendous credit to the prime ministers because they spent many, many days, nights, hours meeting with the Haitian stakeholders, talking them through this whole thing, encouraging them to make the agreements that were required to bring us to where we are. So we are talking about people like President Mohamed Irfan Ali, who was chair of CARICOM during this period, Prime Minister Motley, Prime Minister Gonzalez, Prime Minister Holness of Jamaica, and his foreign minister, Kamina Johnson-Smith, and several others, Dickon Mitchell, Prime Minister Mitchell of Grenada, and so forth. And kudos to Prime Minister Davis of the Bahamas. Kudos to those leaders because they really spent a lot of their time and energy just working with the Haitian stakeholders and bringing us to where we are now. As I indicated, now that this Presidential Council has been installed, there are going to be so many demands on it because whether you're talking education, health, food, agriculture, security, the humanitarian crisis, everything needs being addressed and simultaneously. And so CARICOM is going to have to be there for them. We're going to have to try to help them as much as possible. We ourselves are going to have to see, we as CARICOM nations, what we can give, but also how we can be a voice for Haiti with the international community, making sure that everybody understands that this thing is very fragile and it needs all the help and support that it can possibly get. So that's the role we are going to have to play. This is supposed to be virtually a 2-year process because this is a transitional administration. The purpose of this administration is really to get the security situation under control, get the humanitarian crisis under control, and then over the next year and a half, put up an electoral process in place, proper registering of voters, proper electoral system, so that late next year, Haiti can have a free and fair and democratic election where the people of Haiti can elect who they truly wish to govern their country, and that will lead to the installation of a new president on the 7th of February 2026. So we already have the date. If all goes according to plan, hopefully, Tisha, we will be in Port-au-Prince on the 7th of February 2026 on that glorious day when a democratically elected, popularly supported government is installed in Haiti, and then Haiti would be on its way. It will, take its rightful place within our community.
It certainly would be a joyous day to be able to see that happen in Haiti. It's wonderful also to hear that our CARICOM leaders have pledged the level of support that they have. Do we know of any staunch support or provisions that have been put in place to be able to help in all of these myriad areas that we are talking about, from security to building out infrastructure, etc.? I know the international community will have to help as well. But what are we as CARICOM countries going to do by way of actual provisions to help our sister nation?
Well, a number of the UN agencies already have initiatives going. So some are actually already doing work on the ground in Haiti. The big problem has been the security crisis, because these gangs have attacked the airport, they've attacked the fuel terminal, they have attacked government agencies. These gangs have really done and continue to do a lot of damage. So that is really the very big, the first major hurdle to get over. How does this new government get better control of that situation so that many of the other things can happen? So, for example, Guyana has long said that they want to give, massive food aid to Haiti, but how do they get it in there in a situation of such instability, where the airport is shut down because the gangs are attacking the airport, for example? So to get control of the security situation is going to be key. The main project for that is this multinational security support mission that is being prepared to go into Haiti. So this is where the previous Haitian administration had made an application, a request to the United Nations Security Council for a resolution approving some kind of multinational intervention in Haiti. And so that approval was given. Kenya stepped forward, and Kenya's preparing 1,000 of its police officers to go in to help the Haitian police to have better control over the security situation. Several CARICOM countries, as you know, have pledged some of their personnel as well, whether police or military. Jamaica, Bahamas, Belize. Barbados has made a pledge as well, but those three, Jamaica, Bahamas, Belize, they have actually already assembled personnel who went through training in Jamaica over the past month or so. So now that the Presidential Council is installed, it will be up to them, because everybody has insisted that there must be a Haitian-led solution to this crisis, and the Presidential Council is a big part of that Haitian solution. So it will be up to them to give the green light as to the multinational security support mission coming in. They may also have their own ideas. Their new National Security Council will also have their own ideas about a security solution. But suffice to say that we're going to have to give support to the Haitian National Police, whether it is helping them with equipment, whether it's helping them with training. CARICOM has already committed to helping them train their police officers and so forth. And once that multinational security intervention is given the green light, we have to be able to support it as much as we can. So these plans are all being made, and but still, there's still a lot of uncertainty, and we now have to be guided by the new Presidential Transition Council. They're supposed to elect the leader of that council today. So there's been a lot of jockeying as to who will be the personality that will emerge as the leader of the Presidential Council, and that should be accomplished today. So once that is done today, then they should move swiftly to select the Prime Minister, the ministers, and the other officials, and then they would have a fully constituted administration that can make all of the relevant decisions. But we just have to be ready and prepared to respond to their call and to be able to give as much support that we possibly can.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador, for coming in and sharing with us about what has happening in Haiti.
It's my pleasure. I just want to keep us on top of this, because properly understood, this is probably the biggest story in CARICOM. Haiti has had this very, very difficult 200-year period. Haiti has had 200 years of a very, very difficult history. And if by our efforts we can help the Haitian people, our Haitian brothers and sisters, to get out of this continuous crisis and to really get the society stable and democratically ordered and proper governance structures in place, this would have been the greatest gift that we would have given to our own Caribbean integration movement. So I just want all of our people to have an understanding of how big a story this is, and a lot, whether it is an ultimate success or failure, a lot will depend on the extent to which we, the governments and people of CARICOM, keep faith with the process and don't give up on our Haitian brothers and sisters.
And that will be dependent on the information that we share with our people via our media as well. Mm-hmm. Because as I said, usually what we see from other quarters of the world don't tell the tale that we get from our very own people. So I think it's important that we are able to get some media or media reports or reports from persons like yourself out of Haiti, so that Caribbean people can get a rounded picture or a truer picture of what's happening.
That's absolutely correct. We can't have other people interpreting our reality for us. I mean, I've seen too many disconnected commentators making all kinds of ridiculous comments about what is going on in Haiti, the efforts being made, and that's because they're disconnected. We, on the other hand, these are our brothers and sisters. We are invested in them. So yes, our people need to hear our own perspective.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.